What's up, y'all? It's Jeff Cobb, and you're listening to Ricky and Clive Wrestling Show on Social Suplex Podcast Network.
You're listening to the Ricky and Clive Wrestling Show. Listener discretion is advised at all times.
For those of you who have been paying attention on Twitter to @Ricky and Clive the last week or so, you'll have noticed a strange series of GIFs in the form of a thread. Those GIFs, if you've not realised by now, are actually a countdown. Started 7 days ago and we're now at day 0. Obviously the fact that this has reached your ears now gives you a clue as to what the countdown is, but it might not be what you actually think it is. So first of all, my name's Clive. Welcome back to my voice. Nice to speak to you all again. Last time I spoke to you, I advised of some sad news in Ricky and Clive headquarters. Through personal, mental, physical battles that we've dealt with, we had to take a wee hiatus. So things have changed again quite a lot. There's been a lot of topsy-turvy, ups and downs, lefts and rights, all over the place. So with that in mind, I thought I'd sort of give you an official sort of confirmation, like once and for all, with the start of this podcast.
That we're fucking back.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The greatest wrestling podcast ever is back. The Ricky and Clive Wrestling Show, for which is brought to you, by the way, by Manscaped, the best in men's below-the-belt grooming. New sponsors that have been added to the show, but we'll give you some more details on them later on. If you want to keep your balls nice and fresh, then be sure to stay listening throughout the show.
Oh, that's a perfect fucking setup.
What?
Perfect. Because that way people will now need to listen to the rest of the show carefully. But yeah, it's nice to be back. It's nice to be fucking back. By the way, just so you're aware, like, it was all just a work. We just wanted some time off.
Yeah.
Nah, life's been shit. Been dealing with personal stuff, and then we had the whole coronavirus and everything else that comes with that. And then no wrestling, which isn't ideal because we're on a wrestling podcast. But like we say, I think for us, we were like, we should just start doing it because at some point we need to, and we're kind of taking a piss now in a sense. And otherwise, if we never started podcasting, no doubt the boss would kick us off the network.
Aye, that's true. See, with what you're saying in mind, life's been a bit shit now. I've got a PSA. We'll leave the personal stuff out of it, right? We have had coronavirus. We've had police brutality and inherent racism. We've had cyberbullying of wrestlers, not just wrestlers, but suicides. This actually marks the anniversary of Lionheart's death as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But we've had, is it Hana Kimura? Apologies if I didn't get her name wrong, but we had her suicide over cyberbullying. I've actually seen quite a few different wrestlers or people in the wrestling community online have full out breakdowns online.
Yep.
People, and with all this going on, it should be a time where, as Michael Jackson once said, Ricky, there are people dying who could care enough for a living, so make a better place for you and for me. And I don't know about you, you've probably not been on Twitter as much, but it's just worse. People's behaviour is worse. The wrestling angst and rage has grown ever more so. Wrestlers are still being cyberbullied, stalked online. I was listening to a podcast that shall remain nameless, and this person was getting like angry. You could hear it in his voice. He was angry over something that happened 20 years ago, and he was talking about Vince needs revenge, needs to get revenge against him and stuff. It's like, wow, there's just so much hate and vitriol and rage. And so I'm going to make a vow on this podcast. I will never take wrestling seriously again, ever again. And hopefully that comes into the tone of the show going forward, that we're just going to come on. I'm not going to bash anyone. Well, I might bash them, but I'll do it with a smile on my face, a wee twinkle in my eye, and just have some fun.
We're going back to what we once were.
Aye, without the horrendous language and content.
Yes.
But we might have some bad content, just...
Oh, yeah. Like 2020 has just been shit. Mm-hmm. Like just everything involved in it. It started off on a bad note and it just got progressively worse. But like I said, I've not really been on Twitter. I'll popped on now and then, but there was a period of about like 6 weeks where I was just never went on it at all because I deleted the app. I deleted my Facebook. I still had the Messenger because I spoke to some people there. But in terms of like Facebook, if I've been tagged in anything on Facebook, like I don't see shit. I don't see notifications for it. Mm-hmm. Facebook still deleted. Twitter, I've reinstalled the app. Tried not to go on it as much because, like I said, it's just a fucking cesspool of hate and just full of wee fannies. Basically,
it's bizarre. I understand people are cooped up in the house. There's not much you can do, so tempers are frayed in general. But it's just a bit of wrestling.
And the thing is, right, see, you're literally stuck. Like, so we're different in a sense that, like, at least we've got houses, and like, if you want to get away from someone, the houses are relatively big enough where you're not all crammed into one room. So if you're not living for instance, if you're living in a flat, for instance, like, I get it's going to be extremely difficult. Mm-hmm. But like, see, when times are that bad, it's just like, man, just turn social media off. Turn around and talk to your fucking partner. Or if you don't live with someone, then that's where I think you need to just be like, right, I need my phone and I just need to talk to as many people as I can to keep myself like sane.
Yep.
But like I said, in terms of like actually get out and watching wrestling, I think I've watched. What did I watch? I watched WrestleMania.
Right.
I watched Double or Nothing. I didn't watch any Money in the Bank, actually. And I watched Orton Edge from Sunday, and that was it. I've yet to watch a New Japan show from a few days back. I've not really watched much of NXT, not watched any of AEW. So I kind of, like, I think not having the fans there, like, it just took a lot of enjoyment away from me, and that's crazy because we're kind of bashing the fans, but, like, not having a proper live audience just kind of takes it away from me.
Yes.
But, yeah, like, we're shitty times, and in these uncertain times...
These unprecedented times. Trademark.
Fuck, the amount of times you hear that. But, yeah, like... It's just been shit, but I think at least for some wrestling fans now, at least we got the New Japan product back. Mm-hmm. I don't really know like how coronavirus is doing over in America, in the sense that I don't know if it's getting worse or if it's being controlled or what, but I just don't see live audiences over there anytime soon. At least we've got football coming back on over here. But yeah, it's been strange, and I think we spoke about it where we say it's difficult for us to talk about current product because we're just not that into it at the moment. Mm-hmm. So we'll end up doing like different things where we might look at wrestlers or pay-per-views in the past or different eras, like those kind of special episodes that we spoke about before.
Yep. All with a light-hearted tone as well, of course.
Yep. Once you go through some amount of personal shit and you see the stuff that's happening, you just realise that like wrestling is not one thing you should be taking serious in your life. It's a hobby, for crying out loud. You enjoy watching it or you don't. Like, that's it.
Did you know there's a petition online to have Charlotte not win any more titles?
Yes.
Did you sign it?
To be honest, no. And you know I love Charlotte, right? But again, I've been kind of like keeping up to results. I'll just skim them. I still don't understand why she had to beat Rhea Ripley at Mania. And then she lost in the triple threat match. And then I wouldn't be surprised now if we start this year in a programme either with probably most likely at some point I reckon against what's her face, Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
Like there comes a point where it's just like, even for someone who like really loves Charlotte and thinks she's great, it just comes a point where like, right, this is even too much for me. And like I know a lot of people felt that for a long time, but even I'm now starting to get into that phase.
I'm not there yet. I think she's putting on bangers constantly, so I'm not that annoyed. It's probably that I don't sit down and watch Raw or SmackDown. Like I don't get the popcorn for that stuff, so it's not mass exposure for me. There was a time before the triple threat for NXT started gearing up where Charlotte was on and she wasn't really there that often. I heard today actually that apparently I don't know how old this news is, but the bold Rhea Ripley had some visa issues.
See, I think that was around about WrestleMania time, but again, was she not back on NXT like a couple of weeks later?
Probably.
I'm not sure. So, I don't know if that played a part in taking the title off her. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm enjoying Charlotte more than I have in a while, actually, which is strange, considering that she's just... It's Charlotte TV at the moment.
Exactly. And we literally just said a few minutes ago we're trying to keep it nice and happiness and etc., right? And as shitty as 2020 has been so far, the one good thing to come out of 2020 is that we won't see Becky Lynch wrestle for another year. Yes! That makes me happy.
But it was like... That was a nice moment. I showed that to my family and we were gathered around the computer all crying.
Beautiful moment for her and her partner. Like, yeah, it's great. Beautiful moment for me as well, knowing that she won't be back anytime soon.
You've missed...
Say that again?
I was going to say, you've missed some absolutely fantastic work from Asuka. She has been off her head. And
I've heard. I think what I would have liked though would obviously she won the Money in the Bank, but it was like apparently the title was in it or whatever, and that's how she got it. I still would have liked it if they ran another Money in the Bank match with the actual contract in it this time as well.
And an actual Money in the Bank match.
Because we've lost that kind of excitement. But, you know, it is what it is.
Speaking of Money in the Banks, you said you watched Double or Nothing?
Yes.
I didn't watch it all. I watched the Stadium Stampede and the ladder match. Mm-hmm. I quite enjoyed seeing Brian Cage just rip folk.
Yeah, I mean, he's just jagging up day in, day out. But he's like, that's a great signing for him. But it was rumoured to be going there like a couple of months ago, and I can't remember if he was still in contract or it would, whatever. I can't remember. Did he get injured? I think he might get hurt actually. So it wasn't a massive surprise it ended up there, but yeah, he's good. Like, my issue with that then is your last two, do you want to call them marquee, or certainly the last two bigger name signings out with the Revival, or FTR we're now known as, right? So it was Luke Harper, right? Mm-hmm. And now Brian Cage. Both guys, well, certainly Cage immediately goes into a title shot with Ambrose or Moxley.
Oh, you just swore there.
I know. And then Harper himself had a title shot like within a couple of months or so of debuting. And it's just like, I wouldn't necessarily go down that route because, you know, like, Mox is awesome. Mox shouldn't lose that title. But we're both just not a fan of that whole, you lose but we make you look strong kind of shit.
After the fact, that's...
Yes, I think, or even like, like the way that match ended with Mox.
Which one?
And the Mox and Harper one. So you never saw it. So like
no, it was just
so,
the first and last matches I saw.
Like, so it wasn't even that they made him look strong. It was the way the match finished. Like he passed out, and it's like, all right, cool, I get it. Like you're badass and stuff like that. But like, there might have not been any need for it. That's my only concern now with Cage, and it's like, oh, what he's going to do here, kind of thing. I would have waited before doing that match, or certainly put him in that position, just purely because I think new marquee signing, let's build this beast up, and but immediately we're getting him in Mox, and it's great we're going to get that, but it could have waited, in my mind.
I saw quite a bit of Brian Cage in Lucha Underground, so my first thoughts when I saw him were where he looks really weird without a singlet on. But he's a big beast. I am sure that if he was coronavirus tested, the cotton bud would just snap and it would bring out a muscle or something like that.
Oh, definitely.
And not really one for watching TNA or anything. It was quite... If I'm ever going to watch a wee bit of TNA, AEW, and look forward to see some Brian Cage stuff, because he was excellent in Lucha Underground. He was an absolute monstrous bastard in it.
Mm-hmm. I said he's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And he's fucking huge. It's just personally I wouldn't go down that route straight away.
What's your thoughts on Drew McIntyre's reign so far, if you have any?
Like I've been seeing little clips of him, and it for me, and we could say we're being biased, but he's been quite entertaining. I lied, I says, I didn't watch any Money in the Bank. I watched the Seth and Drew match,
which was excellent.
And what I loved was, again, I see these snippets the following night where Seth comes out and his hair's all over the place, and he's just like, he's gone. He's heartbroken about the loss and he can't go over it. That was a good match. Like I said, I've been seeing little snippets of Drew, and I've liked what I saw. I think we're looking at a reign that's going to last at least another few months.
I think so too.
The match with Brock, they are what they are. They're those kind of Brock matches. I think, and I said in the build up to it, having no fans there really took away the moment. I think for obviously it wouldn't take away from Drew and like everyone who loves Drew as a wrestler and stuff like that. But I just think, and I hate that whole like pointing at signs and blah blah blah, fireworks and nonsense and all that, right? But like that's what it is. Like that closing shot of WrestleMania, you wanted that in the stadium. It would have been awesome if it was Drew doing it. But yeah, like I said, it's been good so far. I just keep doing keep treating him the way he was being treated in the build up to WrestleMania. Like just a guy. Like I suppose you want fine, he's a face, but just goes around mauling people. Don't do anything stupid. Don't start feeding them stupid lines. Don't start getting cheesy. Just do what you've done with him in the build up to WrestleMania.
I think I can take bias out of my feelings towards him because, okay, it's fantastic. Scotland, first British WWE champion and all that stuff. It was a good moment. It's nice to have that representation. He's all over BT Sports Twitter account and all that stuff. So I'm happy, but there's a certain football affiliation with which he has that makes me not that sort of super excited for him. Right. So I wasn't invested in him because he's Scottish, but I think what he has been doing since he became the champ has been done surprisingly well. I know it's behind closed doors and all that stuff. There's nothing we can do about that. But he's presented strongly. He hardly ever looks like a bitch's bitch. He talks the talk with that lovely Gerard Butler accent of his. His 2 title defences so far have been different and exciting, and battles thought the Seth match was excellent, and then the Bobby Lashley match was a brutality number, which was really good as well. So I think things are going well for him just now. He comes across as very pleasant on his interviews. He's doing a lot of interviews for independent podcast hosts and all that. I think WWE are letting...
We should reach out to him through my mutual friend.
He'll want to steal him first, though.
No, he doesn't do a podcast, I don't know. Who are you talking about? No, I'm talking about from football.
Oh. Aye, that's right.
Two of them?
A friend...
I think we've said this story before. Someone
we used to play football with, or I used to play football with after I broke my wrist for the foreseeable future. Was as pals and muckers and friends with good old Drew McIntyre.
Yep, but he still plays. I still play with him every Monday. Well, not right now. And yeah, it wouldn't take much, hopefully, because they used to go. They went to school together. They grew up together. So yeah, we should try that actually one day. See what happens.
Just say to him, here you, X. Can you speak to Big Andy? See if he'll give us a wee interview. You're saying about you've not watched a lot. I've watched a lot of wrestling, but not a lot of it's current. And there was a point where NXT was in the Performance Centre, and it was just a very dark room, no fans, and it was becoming at a point where I was just watching it, staring at the screen, and it was like, this isn't the NXT that I love. It started to perk up quite a bit with the fans in, and I did enjoy In Your House, something a bit different from their usual takeover format. But since this lockdown, a lot of these companies, even WWE's network, they've put in a lot of good work for stuff on the network. You've had the Undertaker documentaries. I'll touch on him in a minute. But ICW have just put on an absolute library and a half of old content, new content, interviews, like they do on weekly interviews and Thursday night with their wrestlers. Stuff.
OTT put up some decent pay-per-views as well.
Aye, OTT have been doing Twitter watch-alongs as well, I believe.
Yep.
So I've randomly, because of In Your House was on, I've went down a wee In Your House road and started watching the old ones. I've been watching Raws and Smackdowns from 2000, the Cactus Jack, Triple H stuff.
You know that In Your House that I always remember? It was Shawn Michaels versus Diesel. I can't even remember what In Your House it was, but I just remember Shawn Michaels walking down the aisle. As he's walking down, starts to unbutton his top, drops the title, gets in the ring, and like clotheslines Diesel over, and then rips off his the attachments on his trousers. Can't actually remember what In Your House that was again.
It was early, was it not?
It might have been.
I think I'm nearly there actually. I was watching Survivor Series 95 because it was leading on from In Your House 4, and it's pretty shit. I'm bored to tears. You've had Bam Bam Bigelow versus Goldust, which was just rank rotten. A 5v5 men's, a 4v4 women's, and the Goldust and Bam Bam match, and it was just, oh man.
That was Bret Hart and Diesel, wasn't it?
I'll find out when I finish watching.
I'm sure it was Bret Hart Diesel in a hardcore match. Was it a hardcore? I'm sure it was a no DQ. Same thing, really.
Aye, weapons match basically. I think it was. You might be right. So, yeah.
See, that was a days where virtually every single match on the card, like there was like, you know, I like the Survivor Series match, but only for some sort of meaning. Maybe it wasn't back then, but I think just as a child, you get caught up in it more. Like,
definitely.
I've not really enjoyed many Survivor Series matches in the last couple of years. I think the last great one was that 2016, 15, was it?
Oh, yes. That one there was quite good, the NXT, SmackDown and Raw one.
It was different.
Keith
was
Lee,
different.
Roman Reigns standoff at the end was excellent.
Mm-hmm. That was round about the Saudi nonsense, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was, because of the delay coming back to SmackDown.
Thank God for hostage situations, eh?
That's it. I watched Daniel Bryan and AJ though from Friday.
That was fantastic.
I saw somewhere, I don't know if it's true, but is AJ now, is he held every single title in WWE?
Just the singles yet? Maybe not the 24/7.
No, he's definitely not on that. No, that's right, he has. Not the 24/7, so he has every single, because the 24/7 doesn't even count.
Excuse yourself.
Forgot you're doing a whole Lords of Pain company based on the 24/7.
Well, cheers for the spoiler tag.
Right, we'll need to take that out, edit that out.
No.
I thought that was already out in the open.
No, it's not. It's not a company based around 24. That's just folk running about a room, just pinning each other for fun. Like,
That'd be brilliant. I'd watch that.
it sounds like an ex-hamster video, actually. As a wee plug for the side projects, I'm currently knee deep in a fantasy draft, which has taken a lot longer than I thought it would. I thought it would be a few days, but we're now, fuck knows, a month in.
How many rounds are there?
Well, there are 18 men, 6 women and 6 tag teams, so 30. And a manager and a GM, so 32. And you're waiting for people. You've got people from South Africa, you've got people from America, you've got people from Australia in this thing, so time zones be damned. So you're taking a while. You'll be glad to know that I recently acquired a certain Joseph Coffey.
Fantastic.
And another one just a wee bit over the water from him.
Jordan Devlin?
Yes.
Excellent.
Basically,
I would have just went through the wrestling world and just picked out all the Celtic fans.
I've actually got quite an interesting wee story for Jordan Devlin. I'll discuss it with you off air. It's quite a charged one, let's just say. It might not go down well.
We'll see.
So you can head over to the Lords of Pain forum site or follow Bad News Beauchamp. I don't know if I'm actually saying it wrong there, on Twitter. For all the latest in the LOP fantasy draft.
Potentially just butchered the guy's name.
Well, it's like Beauchamp, Beecham, Beauchamp.
I have no idea who it is.
See that mean Mark Callis fella?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen any of the Undertaker documentaries?
I've yet to watch part 4. It's the only one I've not watched.
Right. We've been saying for years it would be great to have a sort of tell-all expose on The Undertaker, and they've had a wee Steve Austin interview, and now they've been doing this series, and it's been good. It's been interesting hearing his side of things and how they want to come back as addictive, all that stuff. I get that, but it might have been the first or second episodes. It's like I felt like saying, "Wanna shut up?"
No, I've loved it. What's crazy is you've always thought that Taker would be the one that would be like, no, it's time to go now. And I get he had his hip problems, and then when he came back against Cena, he was moving a little bit better, etc., etc. And I think it was Michelle McCool that says it in the documentary. She was like, it's kind of like a vicious cycle. Like, if he has a bad match, he'll go out and train and make sure he produces a better one. So his next one's a good match, then all of a sudden he was like, wait, maybe I can have a couple of more matches, and then suddenly the next one's bad, and then it's another vicious cycle he's in.
But
do you know what the one thing that caught my eye about it, and I was like, that's actually pretty fucking awesome. I don't know if it was episode 2 or 3, but he was talking about AJ. Now remember, this was done in like 2017-ish, 18 or whatever it was.
Yes, I know the bit you're referring to.
And he says, that's a guy I would love to work with. Like, I would love to work with him. He's great. And then fast forward, like 18 months later or whatever, he's in the feud. He says he has a program with AJ. And I was like, do you know what? That's actually pretty fucking awesome. Like,
I know.
Like, for both guys, for AJ himself, and then on top of that, where Taker's talking about it, and then, like it says, a year and a half later, we actually get that match.
But see, when you're watching them backstage, like, I get that is quite good, and seeing Mark Calloway has been quite interesting. But I think it was the 2017 Hall of Fame, the one where he had the match with Roman, and he had a bad night. He's walking about the Hall of Fame backstage, pestering everyone. And he just came across like that sort of drunk but gentle uncle who won't leave anyone alone. And you feel like someone's going to, like, say to Michelle, going to take him up the road. He's fucking sweet.
I think everyone loves the guy though, and it's funny because, like, and I know I'll just, since you mentioned him, we're talking about Roman. Like, those wrestling fans were like, we shit on him all the time, right? And then when people used to always talk about these stories that are coming out, it was like, oh, look at that, they're telling these wrestlers to come out with these nice stories, so we all start to like Roman. Well, the one guy that everyone says that, like, he's a guy we respect the most, Taker. Like, you can see how much Taker respects Roman, how much love he's got for Roman. Like, because it was one of the first things he said after. It was like, disappointed myself, but it was like more than anything, I'm like, I'm disappointed for Roman. Like, he didn't get my best, and that was fucking awful, and I feel terrible for him.
That might be because Undertaker's a big fan of the Anoa'i family, though.
Probably, and I think, and that's why that probably does play a part in it. But I also think, like, Roman comes across as a good guy, and everyone seems to like him. But yeah, I've enjoyed the documentary so far. I think, like I says, it's the one character in wrestling you've never really known much about, and it was kind of good to see parts of it. But I said I'll try and catch part 4 at some point soon.
Yes, I have seen it. It ended quite well. You like how it ended. It's like a cliffhanger.
Forward to his next match.
No, you'll find out. I
might watch it. I might watch it tonight, actually.
I did enjoy the Boneyard match, I have to admit.
It was good. I think, you know, there shouldn't be any bad matches right now in my mind, unless it's like a really shit wrestler that's in the ring. Because, I mean, you can edit it, you can redo things and hit different spots again and mash it all together to produce a really good match. So I'm not wanting to say, like, I don't want to shit on anything, but, you know, you should be able to produce really good matches. But that was a really good match. Thoroughly enjoyed that. There was a few matches in WrestleMania I enjoyed. If I'm honest, I know we're going like a couple of months back.
Aye, that's fine. The people want to know.
No, it was good. The Fiend and John Cena one was.
No,
I don't know what I was watching, but it was like a trip down memory lane, and just they were kind of trolling different wrestlers. It seems like.
I gave up. I
kind of liked it. Like, I was, for what it was, I was like, this is weird, but I kind of like it. But I think what was quite obvious and evident, it was Cena was there, but basically he was like, I'm only going to take like 1 or 2 wee bumps, and it like so. I think that was what was going to happen all along. There wasn't going to be a proper match because Hollywood and whatever he might have in his contracts, whatever, he can't wrestle as much now.
Listen, I'll hold my hands up. I wrote a column beforehand saying, fuck this Cena match. And Cena, you can argue whether it was a match or not, but he lost to the entity that is Bray Wyatt in some form or fashion, and he went all out and embarrassing himself rather than his opponent.
Yep.
But what was presented, I was just like, oh, get this off my screen. They started pumping weights at 1,000 miles an hour, and I'm like, dearie me. And I've enjoyed the majority of these cinematic matches. I thought the Money in the Bank one was hilarious. I liked most of the...
But where Baron Corbin committed murder on the network, apparently. Who did they launch off of? Was it Ray and Aleister Black?
Aye, that's right. But I enjoyed most of the Stampede thing as well.
Mm-hmm. I just hope they don't overdo it now.
I know, that's what I was going to say. I've had my fill. Like, I'm done with them.
Mm-hmm.
The Velveteen Dream and Adam Cole match was like, oh, okay. Especially when it's a title on the line as well. It's a bit...
Yep.
And they had something in Backlash. It was like a sort of weird thing with the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders and Akira Tozawa. It's like, I don't mind them doing the comedy stuff, I really don't, but the actual cinematic stuff, I've had my fill, basically.
Like I say, it's you don't... There's certain things that you just do now and then. You know, like, certain matches are always destined for like a Hell in a Cell or an I Quit or a hardcore match, or, you know, just don't overdo stuff. Less is more, and like,
yep.
So we've been exposed to it quite a bit from like 3 different brands, in a sense. So yeah, I would agree. Like, I don't really want to see any more of them. Like, certainly not for a good 3, 4, 5 months, or maybe even longer. Like, I just don't want to be seeing it every single pay-per-view potentially. And
it pains me to say, but the Edge versus Orton match, I'm sure it was very good, but the piped in fan noises was a major distraction.
No, it's funny because me and Josh spoke about that. Like, I hadn't watched it as yet. That's what I was on the phone to him on Monday night, and I said, I've not watched it, I'm going to watch it. And it's funny, and he laughed, and like, I don't know why I was drawn to it, but I was drawn to that match only on the card because the greatest wrestling match ever, or whatever it was, the tagline. For some reason, that tagline hooked me, because I was like, do you know what? I know it's not going to be the greatest match ever, but I'm kind of interested to see what yous do to try and make it look like the greatest match ever, because it's not going to be. I was just wanting to see. Don't know why, but having that kind of tagline leaves you open to criticism. Like, there's just no need for that, in my opinion. Like, you know, like, people are going to bash you because if it doesn't deliver. In my mind, it was a good match. But yeah, the piped in crowd noises, and I said to Josh as well, like, BT Sport have started doing that for football over here, and it's like, I kind of want to hear, like, people talking. Like, we never get to hear that. But never.
See, the thing is, as well, the fans have started making, like, it's just so unfortunate that the greatest wrestling match ever was 2 nights after Daniel Bryan and AJ. I'm not saying that was the greatest match ever, but my God, I mean, that was unbelievable.
That probably should have been on Backlash.
I know, that was like one of the best I had seen. That would have possibly overshadowed the greatest wrestling match ever. But I was watching it, I was like, wow, this is top notch. And I'm sure Edge and Orton was great, but the piped in noise, the sort of the camera in the ring following them about at points,
and almost like a cinematic feel to it, in a sense.
It's like, oh man, what if you just leave it? Like, you could have argued maybe that it was the best ever if you didn't have these bizarre bells and whistles. It's like, fuck's sake, man. And then, no, that's no one then. That was it.
Edge is hurt as well.
Aye.
I think they would have had a blow off at SummerSlam probably.
Mm-hmm.
In some capacity. But that's obviously gone out the window now. A torn pec? Was it a torn pec? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it's his tricep.
His tricep, okay.
At least it's not his neck.
Yep. But, like, you know, it's just, you get cleared and then you just suddenly get another injury. Maybe it's just not meant to be.
Yep, maybe that is the case. There is, I mean, okay, you've trained, I watched the documentary, you've trained your ass off. I personally loved the Last Man Standing match at WrestleMania. I thought it was a right guttural, emotional number. But
it was just, it went about, for me, about 10 minutes too long.
Yeah, that was the criticism. I was fine with it. I thought it was weird that this match that we had there was longer but felt shorter.
Mm-hmm.
It crescendoed well. The sort of finishers, the bit where Randy Orton looked up to heaven and started doing the Three Amigos. That was nasty. Because Randy Orton said that Eddie's in hell.
That's true. The ironic thing is when he done the punt to his head, and Josh said it to me, and it's so evident, you can hear it, it's so obvious how he slaps his leg after all the trolling Orton had done.
I know.
And the week building up to, I wouldn't put it past Orton to be like, you know what, I'm just going to do it just to continue trolling folk and just being a dick.
Oh, he doesn't care. He's doing some good heel work right now, though.
He's always been a good heel. He's always been a really good heel, and he's always been like fucking great, like properly great in the ring whenever he wants to be.
Another thing,
still adamant that he's got very, very few peers. Like there's very, very few people. Like in my mind, when Orton is at his absolute peak, there's very, very few people better than him.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that I noticed about that match was Edge came out clean shaven, and then towards the end of the match you saw a very obvious sort of grey 5 o'clock shadow. It's like, how long were you fucking filming this? About 2 days?
Probably over a couple of days.
Aye, that brought him back to my point about the Daniel Bryan AJ match. The crowd were hammering that plexiglass, and it was a really heated atmosphere, and the atmosphere for the triple threat for the NXT women's title was really bouncing. Like, the plexiglass is a great addition, even if it is for testing. So to have them standing there, kind of either doing nothing or clapping at different times to the "This is awesome," or then there was a holy shit chant. I thought, oh my god, this is just too distracting. It's just,
it is. It's not natural. It's just not natural.
It's not authentic.
Exactly, and that makes it worse than having with total silence.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have total silence than that, because that would just put me off completely.
I know.
In a match.
Just
it's like the stuff with the football right now that BT's posted in. Like, I know there's no crowd, but when they have the chance, it's just so it's piped in. It's like, right, this is annoying me because I know there's not a crowd there, and it's just distracting me now.
Imagine they had an old Firm game and they just piped in sectarian songs.
Well, they would need to, because that's all that ever gets sung at old Firm games.
Do you know what they're doing in South Korea?
Was it football?
No, sorry, it's actually baseball. They've got
like cardboard cutouts of fans.
No, it's even more random. They've got cuddly toys and teddy bears in all the seats.
That's fucking brilliant.
It just looks like a Pokemon Stadium battle.
Superb.
I'm trying to think of what else to say. We've had a lot to say. We've obviously been bottling this up for quite some time.
I know. When was the last show? Did we even do one after WrestleMania? I don't think we did we?
No. It was after... I remember it was the week after... Not Double or Nothing. The previous AEW show.
Jeez. So that would have been February?
Aye, February.
Was it very... I think it was like the last day in February.
And
that was.
What happened when Ricky and Clive went off air? The world went to shit.
Well, to be fair, the world already was fucking going down the pan at that point.
That's true. And that's probably a bit in bad taste of me saying that as well.
Yeah.
But what's a Ricky and Clive wrestling show without some bad taste here and there?
The world's a fucking shit show at the moment, folks.
It is.
First of all, what the fuck's happening over in America?
One thing that isn't a shit show is your hair. You seem to have done very well with not being able to get a haircut.
I've not had a haircut since the 10th of March. And that is what? April, May, June, 3 full months. Like, look how long my hair is. Like, that doesn't even do it justice. I thought it was like so much longer there at the back as well. Look at that.
But it's impressive.
I know, it's fucking immaculate.
Speaking of hair.
What a segue.
Speaking of hair, Ricky, you're a metrosexual individual, yes?
Correct.
You like to make sure you're looking trim and tidy.
I have no hair from the neck down.
So, my next question...
Legit.
My next question is answered then. How are your balls?
Nice and clean.
So you don't if you're hairless from the neck down, then you don't really need this. But if you
I do, because only the best. I require only the best.
Well, that's why only the best have decided to come to Social Suplex and form a partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, or specifically gentlemen, or ladies, if you know, you've got a boyfriend or a husband or a dad.
A brother.
Who you want to ensure that they have a tidy pubic region. Manscaped, ladies and gentlemen, Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. The Manscaped engineering team have spent 18 months, that's a long time, perfecting the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created, and just released a new and improved Lawnmower 3.0, or as we'll call it on the show, the Mower of Lawns 3.0. Their third generation, so this is a Randy Orton and Rocky Maivia of pubic region trimmers. It features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce manscaping accidents. Millions of balls are about to be nick-free thanks to Manscaped's advanced skin-safe technology. Those accidents that you get, I've had an accident myself, not an accident as such, but are you still there?
Yep, I'm just reading it. I'm reading it.
When I was going for, the procedure that many fathers have. Talk to me.
Yeah, I know.
Right,
I know.
The surgeon, so to speak, commented on the shit job I did of making sure I was... So, if only I had Manscaped back then, because accidents or botched jobs are a thing of the past. When I say this is premium, I mean premium. And if you fancy having taken your time, this battery will last up to 90 minutes, so you can have a longer shave if you want. If you want to, do some Edward Scissorhands and create a poodle or a maze, maybe. I'll need to record this and splice this in next week. This is going off the rails quite quickly. It's also
I told you this was going to happen.
It's also a water-resistant technology that allows you to groom in the shower. One of the best features about it is, if you fancy doing this in the dark under your bed sheets, there's an LED light which illuminates grooming areas for a closer and more precise trimming.
That's fucking class.
They've also upgraded to a 7,000 revs per minute motor with quiet stroke technology. And let's not forget about the charging stand. Show your mower off loud and proud, because this intelligently designed stand is a convenient charging dock powered by USB. If you're listening to me speak right now, I want you to experience it firsthand for yourself. Trim that junk of yours, gentlemen. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code SUPLEX at the checkout area of manscaped.com. That's manscaped.com. Your boss will thank you.
Also, you can get 20% off free shipping with the code SUPLEX at manscaped.com. 20%, that's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com, and use the code SUPLEX, and it's in capital letters.
I just said that, but...
No, did you? Sorry.
That's alright.
I just thought, I would chime in as well. I'm not going to lie to you. See, as soon as I get mine out, folks, I'll do a before and after photo for you on Twitter, right?
Oh my word. Obviously, if you're listening to this podcast, you've listened to many podcasts, and the hosts, they say how great the product is. There's obviously delays in shipping at the moment for us over here, so it's still currently mowing the lawn of the Atlantic Ocean. It'll be with us soon, and I can't promise any before and after photos. I might. I don't know.
I might. I'll do it.
Ricky doing Ricky things.
That's it, with a hashtag 10.
You could shave that in. Hashtag 10. But
I might actually try doing that.
Or just do the hashtag and a 0 on each side.
That's true.
You like that one? Yeah, no.
That was good. I might try it. Play around with it, you know?
Well, I have to say, considering I'm out of habit of talking in public and out of habit of doing plugs, I think that went quite well for a first attempt. But no doubt it will be streamlined over the coming weeks.
Yep. I think this was the first week we got it as well, I think.
This is...
We just kicked in now.
Yep. I hope I wasn't too loud. I've got family sleeping in the house.
Oh, nah, you're fine. I don't think you were that loud.
So, listen, Ricky. Is there one thing you've missed more than anything else?
You?
Oh, well. You too, fella.
The quiz.
I'm so glad Seamus is back, by the way.
What way? Getting piss thrown at him?
See, he flat out called Jeff Hardy a junkie.
Exactly. Fucking hell. Jesus.
Oh dear.
What the fuck is going on there?
He's another one that doesn't care.
Nah.
My only gripe is I wish the bar were back together, but maybe in due course. Anyway.
They were fucking great.
Is there anything else you've missed about doing the show?
The quiz. That's the number one thing, quiz. Well, number two, obviously. Number one being the banter.
The bants.
The quiz.
We've had a nice visit from the Archbishop of Banterbury tonight.
End the podcast right now.
It's fucking quiz time with Ricky and Clive and friends. A fucking WWE quiz.
Nope, let's do a quiz. Have you got a quiz?
No. But I've got some questions. Obviously, you've not been paying much attention to the product, so I'm going to quiz you on recent stuff.
Oh, okay.
Can you name? So this is just I'm going to just name things off the cuff, right? Can you name Cody Rhodes's 2 TNT title contenders?
The two he's had matches against so far.
Yeah, he's doing one of the open challenges, weekly open challenges.
Let me see. Was it Marco Stunt? Was he one of them?
Nope.
Jungle Boy?
Yep.
And the other one, I do not have a clue whatsoever.
I might be.
Say that again?
I might be butchering the name, but it's Mark Quinn.
I never saw that match at all. Was that the first one or the second one?
That was last week, I believe.
Nope. One out of two is alright.
It's not bad. Number 2, who's the current United States champion? And don't say Donald Trump.
Oh, fuck no, man. That guy. Apollo Crews.
Yes, correct. Well done.
You want to know how I know that?
How?
Is not that I watch anything, right? But I'm in the pay-per-view prediction thing with Caleb, and Apollo Crews was taking on Andrade, and Apollo Crews' name was first.
Okay. What was it? I'm just making this stuff up tonight, ladies and gents. But I do have.
By the way, shout out to Caleb, the beautiful ginger.
Should we shout out some of our friends just now, mid quiz?
Why not?
So shout out to Caleb. Shout out to the rest of the social suplex guys. This can be the plug as well. You've got the One Nation Radio, Keeping It Strong Style, Grown men watch this shit. They're on a wee mini hiatus as well at the moment with lack of indie shows. All things elite and get in the ring. Good to speak to you again, fellas. Shout out to good friends Rance, Kyle, Carl on Outsider's Edge, and our mucker from Virginia, Rab Ropes. Shout out to Darren. Shout out to Muzza. Anyone else, Ricky?
Sir Sam, Calf, everyone.
Shout out to everyone. Give yourselves a pat on the back for being brilliant people.
Yep. Kyle, Carl, Rob, Rance. I love every one of yous.
I love yous.
Yous know why.
Yep, I love yous more than some. I love some of yous more than others.
Same. Carl being at the top of that list, Rance at the bottom.
Oh.
Nah, I lie. But I don't lie about Carl being at the top.
Let's just move on, because this is just getting to the parts where people end up pissed off with us, and I get the blame. Look at you walking about your house with your Muslim mane.
It's getting cut on Saturday, so I thank God.
No, don't cut it.
I've got the one and only coming round to cut it.
That makes me happy.
No. For some reason, you absolutely love the guy.
It's because he clearly goes to the same gym as Brian Cage. That's why. My wife cut my hair towards the start.
She actually done a pretty decent job of it, by the way.
There was a part that was shaved in a bit more than the others, but that was my fault. That was from my bad advice. And she's done her son's hair a couple of times, and his hair's looking smart and tidy. So maybe one more short back and sides. Sean Connery's favourite hairdo.
Hairdressers and barbers and stuff don't open up until July 15th, I think it is.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. That's when Ambrose goes back.
They're going to be so fucking busy.
Oh, ridiculously busy.
They'll need to be snippy about their turnover.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they'll be limited to how many people can come in and out and stuff. But he'll be coming round hopefully on Saturday afternoon.
Tell him I said hello.
I'll put a post lockdown photo up on Facebook or Twitter of my new hair.
And your new pubic hair?
Yes, when I get an opportunity to do that.
Right, I've got another quiz for a big long question that Baz D himself posed of me the other day. Can you name the 11 matches that have featured twice or more at WrestleMania? To help you out, there is only one tag style match, so we'll take the tag team matches out of it, those being the TLC guys.
Right, so take a Triple H, take a Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So now we need another 7.
Yep.
Rock, Cena.
Correct. What were the Taker ones you said?
Triple H and HBK.
Okay, I hope you're playing along at home, ladies and gents.
Did he have 2 against Edge or just 1?
Can I give another shout out?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Dan Coffin, because I think he knew what this countdown was.
Exactly. You just know, because the same certain people have liked it from the very first one all the way now.
If you know, you know, you know.
Exactly. Kind of miss interacting with Dan as well, actually, you know that. Another one is Roman Brock.
Okay.
What was wrong with that?
It's just, when I asked Baz D this, I said, does Roman and Brock count? And he said he never thought of that one. So apparently it wasn't on this list. So,
alright, well,
but we'll make it. I know we can add it to the list and make it 12 then.
Am I missing? I feel like I'm missing someone else with Taker.
You are.
Who the hell am I missing? Kane?
Correct. That's
Oh.
you. That's you got 6.
Right, so let's keep going. Probably Cena. Or the Rock. Brock. Well, Brock the Roman one. I bet you there'll be one stupid one like involving Vince or somebody stupid like that.
No, Vince
Is
isn't
it
on
not?
the list. Nope.
Trish and Lita?
Nope. No ladies, I'm afraid.
Right, okay.
Also, Money in the Banks don't count either.
Right. Seth and Orton was only ones. What about Brett?
What about Brett?
Brett and Austin. That wasn't Mania anyway. Iron Man match. I feel like Brett should be in there, but against who? Brett versus Yoko?
Yes. Is that 7?
So what about Kurt?
That's what we should have called our podcast that. What about Kurt?
I bet you the tag match would have been some sort of like Hardy's, Dudley's, and Edge and Christian.
Aye, that's
Edge. Nah, I think I'm out of guesses now.
okay. Do you want some clues?
Go for it.
One of them, the rematch involved not a fake referee as such, but an imposter referee, an imposter brother referee.
Why does that not make any sense to me? Why is that not ringing any bells?
How many Hebners are there?
Yeah, but why can't I but what are you talking about?
One more clue for this one. WrestleMania 4.
Oh, no. I mean, I can't think.
Hogan and Andre.
Oh, fuck me.
Remember
Of course.
the fake Hebner brother?
Mm-hmm.
The real one was out the back selling T-shirts out his back of his car.
So it's at 8.
Yep. Another one happened. The rematch. I mean, I'll give you 2 clues. The rematch happened this year. If you can call it a match.
See, I was going to say I find Cena and Bray.
Right. Okay. One happened last year. And its first match was 14 years ago. 14 years before this one happened.
What was that?
2019.
2019.
So a match happened then that happened in 2005 at Mania.
That was 29. This match, Triple H and Batista.
Hi.
I don't know why I thought that was 2018. That was just last year.
I think there's one more. So we've got Taker Kane, Taker HBK, Taker Triple H, Austin Rock, Rock Cena, Roman Brock, Hogan Andre,
Cena Bray,
Batista
Triple H,
Brett Yokozuna. There's one more. And this one was 13 years apart. in the last.
I absolutely loved those Brett and Yoko matches, man. I loved that feud. 13 years apart.
And the last one happened at 33, I think it was.
33 was what, 2017?
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell followed 2017? 2017? Who was there at 2017?
Just realised my webcam's really dark now because the sun's setting.
Who was the old bastard that fighting at 20? Was it kind of a Taker again, surely?
Well, that was against Roman.
So who the fuck's the old bastard then?
Old are 3 letters in his name.
Ah, for fuck. Oh, right, okay. Oldberg and Brock.
Aye.
Fucking hate Goldberg. Absolute pish. He's two good things about him: his spear or sphere, and his entrance. Or his old school entrance. Sorry, when he came in, surrounded by all the bodyguards and came through the fucking smoke and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Ripped the doors off the hinges and stuff.
Was eating a firework before he came out.
Fucking tremendous. So it was that WCW entrance.
It was good. That concludes the first quiz, a kind of rough draft. Not sure what the plans are for next week yet. I think we're just going to continue with the nonsense for a wee bit until we get used to it, dust off the vocal cords and all that. What do you think?
Yeah, or we can do one of these retrospective things we were talking about, but certainly not going to be talking about current product anyway, I don't think.
As long as we're allowed to, at least once a week or maybe more, bow down at the feet of Dexter Lumis.
He was plastered all over our timeline the other day, sorry.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
I thoroughly enjoy him, and he's just a freak. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go, man. I'm going to fuck this up. I
bet he's missed this part.
I can't even remember what to say.
Well, you've done the plugs. You've done all the plugs. It's now just a case of saying goodbye.
I'll do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Ricky and Clive Wrestling Show, part of the Social Suplex Podcast Network, where you can find other shows such as
One Nation Radio, Keeping It Strong Style, ourselves, Grown Men Watch This Shit, who are currently on a hiatus, Get in the Ring, and All Things Elite. We're
at redcircle.com. You can go there. You can donate directly to the show or to the Social Suplex page if you click on the show notes. Got some columns on the Social Suplex page. I am aware that Jeremy Donovan has started doing a preview to Dynamite episodes, so check that out if you can. I am still doing the brand extension columns over at Lords of Pain. Go over to prowrestlingtees.net, type in Social Suplex, and you'll get to the page where you've got some t-shirts from the Social Suplex guys, including the Ricky and Clive t-shirt. Get yourself some nice fancy trimmed bollocks with manscaped.com, 20% off if you put Suplex as help me
as a Suplex, capital letters, and the promo code, 20% off and free shipping.
Listen to you. You've got a voice for radio.
And a face for TV.
And a face for porn.
What do you mean? Most of the porn actors are fucking horrific looking. Not that I watch that kind of stuff. I'm a good Muslim boy.
Oh my God, ladies and gents. If you had seen the shit I've seen on this man's phone.
Right, in my defence, that's crap that people send me in the WhatsApp group chats I'm in.
And do you know what you do? You delete it like a good Muslim boy.
That's it. But I'll forward on to the group we're in together, right? So you can all see it.
Aye, cheers. We're at... there's definitely something I've missed, I know it. But We're at Ricky and Clive on Twitter, and you can check out Social Suplex Facebook page, which is called Wrestling Squared Circle. No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Jesus, man.
You can tell extremely rusty at this. Not exactly a great first episode back. It takes us back to the first ever episode we recorded, remember?
I'm rustier than Zach Gowen's old leg.
For goodness sake.
I meant his plastic one, no his actual amputated one.
Jeez. Why did he get brought up, poor guy?
See, poor Britt Baker. Now she's in a... See, the thing is... I'll need to do a doubler for this one, because I don't think our American or Australian or any friends outside of the UK will get this.
So basically me, you and Muzz will understand it.
Hold on. I think it is fine. It's alright to say this, and if you don't know it, you can just Google it. Right, so poor Britt Baker, she's in a wheelchair now, and on top of that, she's failed a wellness violation. She tested positive for WD-40.
Did you just make that up yourself?
No, I'll tell you the origins of that joke off air.
Right, okay. Just casually sniffing lighter fluid. Oh, right, okay, doke.
Right.
We should put a bow on this.
Okay, right, thanks for listening, Ricky. It's been a blast talking to you again.
It's good to be back. Let's put all this shit we've all been through to one side, and let's hopefully things start to get better for us all.
Aye. Yes, indeed. And please don't take wrestling so seriously.
Yep. It's good to be back, folks.
Speak to you next week. Good night.
Take care.
Thank you for listening to the Ricky and Clive Wrestling Podcast. We'll see you next time.